So I'm speaking with the amazingly versatile and talented Roque Baños, who has become one of the most sought-after sounds in Hollywood. His impressive and unique filmography includes movies like The Machinist, Intruders, Spike Lee's Old Boy, 2013's Evil Dead. He has two recent scores out, one for Alejandro Amenabar's Regression, starring Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson, and of course Ron Howard's much anticipated In the Heart of the Sea with Chris Hemsworth. Roque, thank you so much for speaking today. It's such a pleasure.
It's my pleasure too.
So
Thank you.
to start, I would love to know kind of what inspired your path into film music, and then I guess what ultimately was that spark that brought you to film composing.
Mm, okay, this is this could be a long story, but I'm gonna try to make it short.
Oh, I
Eh,
love the stories. So
okay. When I first started to learn music, I was 10 years old.
Mhm.
Right away when I listened to the tonal scale, I in my head something 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 radically changed. I knew those seven notes had a meaning, and I started to to think on music as something that goes with life. So of course, by that time, um, I didn't know that I wanted to be a film composer. But
Mhm.
soon, maybe when I was 12 or something, I was in a theater and I was seeing E.T.
Oh, wow.
Uh, the Spielberg movie with John Williams music,
Mhm.
and I was like really shocked. I was like, "Oh my God, this is what I want to do." So so actually, uh, I was engaged by the film music from there, and I just spent all my life at, learning how to do it. Soon I realized also that to be a film composer, you don't only have to know how to compose like John Williams. You
Right.
have to know how to compose other styles like jazz or like folk or in a movie could work any kind of music, and also we have the liberty uh, uh, of mixing different styles.
Right.
So you know, I learned jazz, I learned flamenco in Spain, and also I mean my career was in the classical, but my target was being a film composer sooner or later. I wasn't in a hurry. I thought you had to learn. I mean, I had to learn everything first. So my first movie was when I was 29.
Wow.
So I spent from when I was 12 to 29 learning how to do it, and then I just, when I had my first opportunity to do a score, like a serious feature movie score,
Mhm.
that was when I was 29 with a Spanish movie called A Back Roads.
Wow. And I mean, since then, you've built such an impressive career in Spanish cinema, and then you kind of made the jump and started composing American-made films. And in that time, what is your opinion, if there is any, like any major differences between Spanish cinema and American cinema? Have you noticed anything different in terms of approach or styles or maybe tones or anything like that?
Actually, in my case, I didn't notice much 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 differences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, you have a picture, and you have to to create music that fits, obviously,
Right.
and that gives the emotion needed. So it wasn't that much of a difference.
Right.
If I may say one, obviously in movies such in the Heart of the Sea, the budget is much higher,
Right.
so you have more possibilities. And this is something that I really loved, and I really enjoy, that you have more possibilities of experimentation.
Right.
Like one thing that I used in this score was that I had the idea of, instead of using the traditional percussion for the action scenes,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it might be good to use sounds that might come from the ship.
Oh, so you sampled sounds from actual ships?
Yeah. So then
Wow.
I asked Warner Brothers if I could have everything that they used in the shooting, that come from the ship, like the sails. I mean, sails, harpoons, ropes, the actual deck of the ship. So we basically re, re, rebuilt the whole ship in Abbey Road. They
Wow.
have a huge studio. So we put the sails, we put the deck, we had the harpoons and the ropes, and we also had wet clothes. So I could be able to sample all those sounds, and every percussion that you hear in the score, is that. It's like the harpoons hitting the deck. We also hit the sails, like boom, like
To get that, yeah, that kind of that fabric
all these
sound.
sounds, like the
Yeah.
boom, 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 the jump, boom, boom, boom. So that was something that made a different sounds, as of the traditional.
Wow. And I mean, so yeah, we're jumping into In the Heart of the Sea. You got to work with Ron Howard, who's, oh my God, such a great director. I mean,
Yes.
how did this collaboration come to be? Because I think everyone expected, he has this thing going on with Hans to be on
Yeah.
board. So how did you get involved with the project? Was it was he looking for a different sound, scheduling? I mean, how did you happen upon this?
Actually, that was Hans Zimmer was. I mean, he was. He is an amazing composer, and he's an amazing uh, person, because he was the one that recommended Ron,
Wow, that's a good recommendation.
to call me. He thought this score, needed like a more classical and mix of sounds and all this, like more maybe European. So he was actually who recommended me. So
Right.
yeah,
Wow. So, I mean, when you sat down
right.
with Ron and you were trying to look at the goal, I guess, musically of the movie, and I mean, you already talked about how you incorporated the ship sounds and all that, but besides that, I mean, what did this movie need? I mean, it's a movie about men at sea, it's about a whale, but it's also really about the survival. I mean, so I guess, what was the musical approach in terms of maybe the emotional arcs, or I
Yes,
guess, yeah, what did it need?
we in our earlier conversations with Ron and me, we had the idea of a modern score. I mean, not like very a traditional old school type of music,
Mm-hmm.
but what we wanted to reflect basically with the music was the force of nature,
Right.
a a, a represented on the whale. He was like the force of the uncontrollable nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
So
unsung force. Yeah.
the music, it's kind of um, I mean, it's a very thematic score, and it has a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's kind of horror sometimes.
Right. I mean, they are fighting for their lives. They're running from this beast.
They're fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
They are trying to 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 escape from the monster, and like a there is also something that is punishing them, which is the nature.
Right.
Like this, the sun is burning them, the water, the salt, all that thing, the hunger. So there is like a big component of like a punishment on these people, and sometimes we used also like ethnic instruments
Mm-hmm.
mixed it with the orchestra, that gives also a sense of something ancestral, you know.
Right. To give it kind of a primal thing. Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I have to say that I saw the film a while ago. I went to the focus group screening very early, like maybe like a year and a half,
Oh,
half
okay.
ago. So I haven't seen the finished product with your music, in it. That's why I always like to, go to those, even though I'm probably not
Yeah.
supposed to. But yeah, I love to see the kind of the progress between okay first and then. So I'm really excited to see the finished product, and I love all your music so far. So it's been great to experience it.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to yeah, I'm definitely going to see it again in the theater. But so moving from
Great.
in the heart of the sea, I do want to talk a little bit about Regression briefly too, because I love Alejandro Amenabar. I think his films are amazing. They're so brilliant, and but what's also unique is that he is a composer as well, and he has
Yeah.
composed his own films in the past. So what was it like working with the director who is also a composer and can speak your language, so to speak, the same kind of terms like that?
Yeah. if I have to be honest, it was the same thing as I had with other director.
Wow.
He was always respectful to me. He gave me complete freedom. Um, he didn't want to force me to do any kind of style or like to influence me with any other score. I remember in our first conversation, he just said, "Okay, just do whatever you feel like." And then I took the movie with me, and I made like a suite inspired by the story. That is my first step always.
Right.
I see the movie, and I get inspired, and then I create some music like in a sweet way. So then we listen to the music, and if it give us a emotion that connect with the movie, that means that it's right.
Right. And
So with Alejandro was that way, and he loved it. I mean, he loved it, and after we were working on the score like really close together, because he loved it. How I was creating the music, and how I saw like maybe one scene, and then I put the theme, and then I put the strings, and then the flute, and then blah blah blah.
right.
So he was all the time that I was composing, sitting behind me, just watching. I mean, watching. Watching. I'm sorry for my awful English.
No, no, no. It's you have very great English. And you mentioned your approach a little bit, how you watch the film first, get inspired. So looking just kind of as your approach and your as a whole on any project, what is the first thing that speaks to you as a storyteller when you're watching it and you're looking for the first kind of I guess way for you to start your process? Is it the characters, the setting, the plot? I mean, what really jumps out and tells you, okay, this is the music that's needed. This is where I need to start. Is there anything particular that really speaks to you?
Um, Actually, I've I've never thought about that, and that's a great question. If I have to say something, the first thing that I get inspired from maybe the the feeling that the movie puts on you
Uh-huh.
after watching it. Like I mean, what is the overall premise?
Right, right,
I
right,
think I think the music is it's very important, especially when the movie finished. You know,
right.
because
Yes.
because the music has to match with the feeling that you've had from the story you've just seen.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like one of the first cues that I always compose for any movie is the last one.
Oh,
You know,
wow. Yeah.
because uh, because that is what what you have to feel. I mean, that music has to give you what the entire movie or the story is telling.
That's true. I mean, it is, and I always, it's funny because I'll talk to my friends, and sometimes the movie will ruin it. The movie will end, and it'll be super emotional, and it's saturating in your mind, and then they'll play like some really out of place song in the end credits, and it kind of ruins it. You walk out, you're like, well,
Yeah,
ruins the flow, and you're just like, wait, no, that's completely different than what the movie was. So. I understand that completely how it needs to be. Yeah, that last piece there.
yeah, yeah, right.
But to wrap up everything we've talked about today, I always like to ask composers this one question: if you could score a film, any film ever made, pretending that the original score never existed, no disrespect to that composer, but if you could pick any film, what would you choose?
Wow. My I would. I mean, I would have been really happy if I would have done the music for. I mean, I love that score. That's first, and I love this composer, which is a. Let me remember. I have a very bad memory. Um, I mean, the movie is the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Howard
Lord of,
Shore. Howard Shore. Yes.
Howard Shore. He's
Yes.
my friend, actually. So. Oh my God. I hope this interview doesn't come to him because he will be really mad at me because we've met a long time ago when I did a Sexy Beast.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was involved in that movie, and we were. I mean, we worked actually together for a bit. So yeah.
Wow.
So Lord of the Rings have been my fetiche story, from when I was 14,
Wow.
and I was always wishing to do music for that. And then when I saw the movie, and I loved the score, and I loved the music. I mean the movie. I was like, oh my God, I wanted to do this score.
I know
Yeah,
he did such an amazing job. It's such a
an
it's
amazing job. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah.
definitely. I have another. I have another movie coming up soon,
Okay.
which is going to be in January. I composed that score in the summer. It's the new movie from Kevin Reynolds.
Oh, that's right. You are scoring. Yeah, Kevin Reynolds' new film coming up. Right.
Recent,
Right.
it's called, and it's a beautiful movie. It's about the resurrection of Christ, of Jesus Christ, and it's a beautiful shot movie, and we are also very happy with the music, and so that is coming up in January.
And that must have been because it's told through the. I'm trying to remember the premise. It's through the eyes of people who don't believe, right? And it's kind of
It's for everybody.
right.
I mean,
But the characters,
I
I think
think
the characters
that
something,
you
right?
know
Yeah.
believers or not will enjoy it, because each one could have its its own reason to believe or not. So the
Right.
movie particularly, it gives you a wide a range of have your own beliefs,
Right. So
which
take
I
what.
think is good.
Yes. But Roque, thank you so much for your time today. It's been such a
Thank
pleasure
you.
chatting, and I can't wait to see the finished product of In the Heart of the Sea. And I look forward to all your future endeavors. So
Thank you.